Hey, what's up guys? Rednovadragon here. So today I'm bringing you my September 2013 banlist predictions. So just remember these are my predictions, so if you have troubles with what I'm saying, don't hate in the comment section. If you have anything you'd like to add, feel free to leave in the comment section below and I'll be happy to read your thoughts. Most of these predictions are based on the top 5 decks of this format and possibly the next depending on how Konami actually hits the ban list. So yeah, let's get right into it. Now, let's start with the top deck of the format, shall we? The Dragon Rulers. Personally, I think none of the Dragon Rulers are going to get hit. And I'll tell you why. It's because Konami's still releasing those tins, and they're still going to try and make money off that. Konami likes the dragons. What they don't like is the mono deck. What I mean by mono deck? The rank 7 deck that allows you to spam rank 7 exceeds and lets you draw like insane amounts of cards. So this is what possibly might get hit. Obviously, their draw power card, Super Rejuvenation. This card is either going to be banned or limited. To all those Dragon Ruler players that think this card might not get hit, you're wrong. This card needs to go. This card, drawing into multiple of these is unhealthy for the game, as well as Dragon Exodia isn't that healthy of a deck to play either. So, Super Rejuvenation should be either banned or go to 1. If you're lucky, it'll go to 1, but I'm seeing this card being banned. Next, Card Destruction. I think this card is unhealthy for the deck too, because you discard tons of dragons, draw like maybe 5 cards, and you have a good chance of drawing into a Rejuvenation. And if that's the case, you just draw more and more. That is completely unhealthy for the game. As well as this deck can be used in Dark Worlds, and Fabled, and lots of decks that have discard outlets. Card Destruction is just unhealthy for the game in general. And Gold Sarcophagus. If they want to slow down the mono deck, they should put this guy at 1. Reason being that Gold Sarcophagus lets you search out any dragon, that lets you search out any monster. So I don't think that should really be existed at 3. That's like 2 Rotas. You thin your deck of 2 cards. That should not exist. So, if anything, these 2 cards, Rejuvenation and Card Destruction, are bigger candidates of getting hit, but then Gold Sarcophagus has a chance to. What might also get hit is Big Eye to 1. Now, I think this because the Big Eye to Big Eye to Big Eye to Big Eye to Big Eye is very, very unhealthy. Big Eye is basically a Snatch Steal and like a Change of Heart combined into 1 card, and it has attack too. Like, why is this card at 3? This card should be going to 1. Now I saw some of you say Dragosack to 1. Will Dragosack get hit? Probably not. I'll tell you why. It's because it just got released in Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy, and they're still bringing support to the Mecha Phantom Beasts, and they need that card. Like, it's their main card. You can't just get rid of a card because it was used in mono dragons. Now let's talk about the second biggest deck of the format, the Spellcasters. More importantly, Prophecy. Now there's only 1 card that will get hit in Prophecy. Oh, you think I'm talking about Spellbook of Judgment?
Maybe nobody got time for that.
If they care about hitting Prophecy at all, they'll hit Secrets or Spellbook Magician of Prophecy to 1. They won't do anything else, and they won't hit both because they're not going to hit as hard as they did Inzectors, because last year Inzectors was the only competitive deck at Worlds. Now this year we got Dragon Rulers, Prophecy, and possibly even Mermails and Evil Swarm. So if they care about hitting the deck, they'll hit one of those 2, not both. And they probably might not even hit it at all. And I get all you guys are like, ban the Judgment! If you play 1, you automatically win! How are we supposed to compete with this? The answer is simple. Play Thunder King. Play Macrocosmos. Play Eradicator. Play Imperial Iron Wall. Play Drone Lockbird. There are plenty of ways to beat them. So stop complaining about Judgment getting banned. It won't happen. It just got released. They won't do that to the deck. Now for the third strongest, or arguably third strongest deck of the format, Evil Swarm. As you can see here, I have Ophion. And no, I don't think Ophion's going to 1. The fact is, as good as the Evil Swarms seem to be, they actually didn't do so well in the OCG and the TCG. So I don't think Ophion's going to be going to 1 anytime soon. Or banned. I saw someone say banned, like, what the heck? It's not going to get banned. It's not that good of a card. There are possibly 2 things that might get hit from the Evil Swarm. First thing is Rescue Rabbit. Now, the reason why is because Rescue Rabbit is not only meant for Evil Swarm, it's meant for Macro Rabbit. It was used in Fire Fist before. So, this bunny's done its time. I think we finally put it to 1. And Eradicator Epidemic Virus. I think this card should go to 2. Now, the reason I say this is because recently we just got number 85 Crazy Box. This means that any level 4 deck that can make rank 4s can summon Crazy Box and EEV spellbooks. Sound unfair? I think that is unfair, actually. Prophecy doesn't deserve to be killed that much. That's why I don't think they're going to hit Prophecy that much this format. Next, a deck that used to roam before Prophecy and Dragon Rulers existed. Mermails. There's actually only one card I think that'll get hit in Mermails, and that's Atlantean Dragoons. Say what you want. I've been playing Title Mermails, and every time I've got Dragoons 1 or 2 in hand, I've normally won the game. This guy needs to go to 1. And the fact that the new card Masked Chameleon's able to bring him back and can make it like an Abyss Dweller, that seems quite broken. And I want to play that, but I'm probably not going to pick it up if Dragoons goes to 1. But yeah, if anything in the Mermails are going to get hit, Dragoons is the biggest candidate in my opinion. For all you that wanted to kill the Mermails, man, you must have been so butthurt when they were roaming a couple months ago. Man. And as a Title Mermail player myself, I just look at these ban lists with disgrace. Stop trying to kill the Mermails. They're nowhere near as powerful as Dragons or Prophecy. Stop it! Ah! So the final deck I'll be showing that will be a threat next format is Fire Fist. 3-axis and 4-axis. Now, what I feel is I don't think this deck is going to get hit because they already put Rooster and Wolfberg secret. That seems pretty trollish. I could see Bear maybe getting hit because it's in the 10, but if they were to hit anything at all, I think Tenki might go to 2. And I say this because Tenki is a great searcher, and Cardinal can recycle it, so the deck's able to function even with 2. Now, because all my cards that are limited are mainly in the decks that I just showed, there is one card that I think might get banned, and it's Monster Reborn. I say Monster Reborn because it's got banned before, and come on, how many times have you played this card and won, or your opponents played it and you lost? Monster Reborn just seems to be one of those cards that isn't healthy for a fast format like this. You see that guy up there? Now let's talk other cards that might get semi-limited. So first off, Book of Moon. I feel in a fast format like this, Book of Moon is needed to stop Exceed plays, Synchro plays. At 1, it's not doing much. I think if we up this card to 2, I think the format could be a little slower, and that could give decks certain advantages. Next, we have TG Striker. I think TG Striker might come back because they're releasing Synchros again, and TG Striker isn't that broken of a tutor. Sure, it is a Rhoda for a TG, and it can be special summon like a Cyber Dragon, But the fact is, it's not enough. It was hit before because of TG agents, but Trishula is no longer around, and I want to play me some TG engine decks. So let's bring TG Striker back to 2 and possibly 3, but it'll go to 2 first. Then, a bit of a weird one, the Hand Trap's Maxing Effect Failure to 2. I think this is going to happen because they both got reprints, they're splashable in lots of decks, people are maxing out on either one of them or both if you're playing Dragon Ruler. So I can see Maxing Effect Failure going to 2. If they want to make Fire Fist as strong as they can be, this will help. And now my final card, you're probably going to disagree with me, and I'm still iffy about this one, but Macrocosmos to 2. I bet all of you are just like,
oh my god, how do you say Macrocosmos? That card is not broken, it doesn't need to get hit! Ah!
Sure, it's not broken, but the only reason why I see it might get hit is because with the new decks they're releasing, the 3-axis, the 4-axis, the Boojins, and more decks coming up in the future, they all rely on the graveyard. So, I could see Macro going to 2. I'm just saying. Now for the cards that might go to 3. First of all, Agent Mystery Earth. The fact is, Earth isn't doing as much as it did a couple years ago. That search for Venus, Jupiter, or even a Hyperion if you play Sanctuary in the Sky isn't going to do much for you. I think it's finally time we have a tuner at 3 again, and I think Earth's the right one to do it. The other card I think that might go to 3 is Mirror Force, and this is why. As good of a card Mirror Force can be, lots of decks today can either summon Stardust Dragon or Mecha Phantom Beast Dragosack. And the thing is, with Bottomless and Torrential, you can get rid of Dragosack with Bottomless and Torrential. Stars can still negate, but you won't be doing the Bottomless or Torrential. It's just the fact that you can respond with Bottomless and Torrential and not Mirror Force, that I think Mirror Force will go to 3 before they do. Now, the final card I'm showing today are cards I think might get unbanned, and they're both in this deck. Goat Control. I think Thousand Eye Restrict and Sinister Serpent should come back to 1. Now, the thing with Thousand Eye Restrict is there's no more Metamorphosis, so even if you have Polymerization Relinquished and Thousand Eyes Idle, that's going to take a little bit of searching through your deck to try and get. So that seems a little slow. As well as Sinister Serpent might be playable in Frog Monarchs and Mermails, but even so, their Sinister Serpent's still a bad card in those decks. That's just the truth. I think it's finally time Sinister Serpent should come back to 1. It's not a broken card at all. So yeah, that was my ban list video. So if you have anything to add, leave it in the comment section below and I will do one of 2 things. I will either reply to you saying why I didn't add it, or I might reply saying, that's a good idea, it might get hit. I guess we'll see. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, Rednovadragon, signing out.